Oh my god, that's a shotgunner. Oh god. Oh god, dude. Bro! Oh my god, that's so cool.
Nice.
Okay, hey, what is up everybody? It is KATAIR Gaming here today, bringing you a build video, and it's been requested by quite a few of y'all that it would be a sticky bomb build video. So I'm gonna try and go in depth and explain to y'all everything y'all will need to know about this build. Okay, so first of all, before we get started on this build video, I would like to give a big shout out to Gonzo Imperial, Hog Hunting 13, Toxic Bullets, and L Albert 123 for helping me out with parts of this video, which I really do appreciate. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate your support. You make my life so much easier. Anyhow, let's jump right into this build. Okay, so first of all, as you see, I'm not starting out with any stacks on this build. I have base 455k skill power. I do have a primary weapon, which has talented on it, so killing a target with the weapon increases skill power by 15% for 20 seconds. This effect does not stack. Killing a new target refreshes the timer. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and remove my electronics mods. I know there's quite a few of you out there who like for me to do so, so I'll do that real quick. Starting out at 379k base skill power. Okay, so let's see, I have 1270 electronics with 13,266 skill power with disrupt resistance. Disrupt resistance is extremely important for this build, as well as skill haste, but I'm not too into that, so I can just leave that be for now. Side note, please do watch through this entire video before you leave a comment in the comment section down below. Literally everything is explained. This is a 740k skill power build with certain requirements met, which I will show at the end of this video. So please watch it all the way through. I hope y'all enjoy it. This build is absolutely amazing for taking out multi-groups, which I would highly recommend using it on multi-groups. Anyhow, it's not meant to be like, hey, here's a meta, please go out and use this just because you can. Like, this is just to help out people who may even be, I don't know, a 2-man group or 3-man group who are getting multi-grouped. Just to take out larger crowds. Like, I don't know, man, that just makes things easier for people. So I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm not trying to ruin the game. This is just trying to help people, you know? But anyways, these are the base stats for this build. It does get a lot higher in skill power. Again, it reaches 740k skill power for this build at max, absolute max. And I do not mean mid-max and last stand. I'll show y'all in a little bit. Okay, so getting on to my Tactician Mask, I have 9,949 skill power as a major attribute with burn resistance. 1270 electronics, could be 1272, but it's fine for right now. Now, I don't know why the division does not allow disrupt resistance on a mask, so I'm just going with that burn resistance for now because it's still fairly important. I do see a lot of people starting to use more seeker mines for some odd reason. Anyhow, I'm moving on to my Varich test piece, 1272 electronics. So the no skills on cooldown increases skill power by 10%, which is where you get even more skill power for that sticky bomb. It has 9% skill haste and health as a major attribute. Yes, the health could be better, but this is what I have for now. It's what I'm working with. The minor attribute, literally only increased kill XP. I wish that was ammo capacity, but anyhow. Moving on to my backpack, I do have an inventive backpack with 1271 electronics, 13,304 skill power as the major attribute. I have 15% disrupt resistance because everybody does love to disrupt sticky bomb builds. If you were ever around for 1.3, you will know that without a doubt. Anyhow, moving on to my gloves, I would have this with assault rifle damage, but I've not been lucky enough yet to get another one with assault rifle damage, skill haste, and electronics. So at the moment, I have 1271 electronics, with 9% skill haste. Those are the only two stats I'm worried about on that pair of gloves. Again, I don't know, that's just me. I'm not a huge fan of armor, so please don't bag on me for that, you know? Okay, so my holster, I was only looking at this just for the skill haste and the electronics. So it has 1272 electronics with only 6% skill haste. I do have another holster, which I should probably switch it out, that has 7% skill haste and 1270 electronics. However, that's not 1272 electronics, so I'm going with this one. I do not care about those first two stats. Sure, more stamina would be very appreciated, you know? Because more survivability. I do only have 241 toughness. This build does die very quickly, quite often. However, you can pretty much almost one-shot an entire group of multi-groupers, so... You know, you win some, you lose some. You gotta give up something in order to gain something. It's just what works out. Anyhow, so I am gonna go ahead and get these electronics mods back on my builds, and then I'll head over to the skills tab and show y'all what my sticky bomb damage does. Okay, so keep in mind I do have 4% sticky bomb damage mods on this entire build, as you can see as I'm going through there. All sticky bomb damage mods. Heading into my abilities tab, the skills I have are a defib in case I am running with a different group, and they have vigorous. I can still double as a medic. It's kind of a weak defib, it's still at 410, so I mean it gives you a little bit of leeway there. However, if you are running solo with this build, you can go ahead and switch that over to an overdose, which will give you much more survivability. It's way more self-heal than you will ever need if you do have this build. You have a 169k health pool. Or at least I do, because I have, let's see. Yeah, I'm in the 41 range, 241 toughness. So I'm in the 169k health pool. Okay, so starting out, absolute base sticky bomb with all of these mods on is 1.481.173. So that's literally a million sticky bomb. So the cooldown is 18.80 seconds. You could run this with a support station ammo cache for the extra 15% skill haste. I would not recommend that, however, because, you know, people will shred you with this build. I'm not even joking. You have to play very tactically in order to use this. Heading into my talent tab, I do have triage in case I'm running with a group. If not, I would recommend probably strike back. Like, I think that would be pretty decent if you're running solo with this build. Okay, I also have death by proxy, which you destroy a hostile deployed skill to increase skill power by 20% for 30 seconds. Very useful whenever it's paired with talented. It gives you a hell of a lot of extra skill power. Okay, Demolition Expert, in case, I know, like, there's a lot of people out there who like to run short bows and spam grenades. I don't know. I mean, if you somehow want to implement that into this build, I'd prefer you not to, but if you do happen to spam a lot of grenades and you kill an agent with a grenade prior to shooting somebody with a sticky bomb, you get an extra 20% explosion damage for 15 seconds. So that's something to keep in mind. I would not really want this on my builds because personally I do not really use grenades unless there's a large crowd in front of me and I know I'm gonna die anyway, so like why not go out with a bang, you know? Anyhow, and then I do have chain reaction on, which damaging multiple hostiles with an explosion to apply 20% more damage from the blast. That's very useful. It applies quite often. Honestly, I would highly recommend that. Okay, so keep in mind this build does have 9,488 electronics. I have nothing spec'd into stamina, nothing spec'd into firearms. You're dependent on your skill power, or your team, whatever you have on you. Okay, so I do have 39% skill haste because this is Tactician, so you do get your sticky bomb back fairly quickly. However, you could also switch out this Barrett's chest piece if you don't like Barrett's and you're more of a fan of Rapid. You can go with Rapid, but I would suggest having health on it. I don't have one with health on it at the moment, but if you put electronics on there, those electronics mods, and you head back over to the sticky bomb, it does lower it by a lot. It's 1.3 million now. And then for some reason it goes down to a 20.20 second cooldown when the other one was 18, so I mean you can really see how that Barrett's chest piece can help you out. Like, that's the reason I use it. It gives me really good skill cooldowns. It gives me more armor if all my skills are on cooldown. And then one skill on cooldown increases damage by 5%. I don't really use my weapon with this build, that's just my personal preference. Because, you know, I prefer to be more nimble and actually move around and not be face tanking a multi-group's bullets to my face with 241 toughness. I'm sorry, but that is not preferable. Okay, moving on to my survivability. Like I said, I do have a 160k health pool. I think I said 169k. I'm sorry if I said that. It's 167k. That must be my other build that has 169. Okay, I do have 30.80% mitigation. So that's my armor. 30.80%. That's not much at all. I could most definitely improve that, but I'm not really into that. That's just kind of me. But for people who do care more about their survivability rather than their damage, you can spec more into armor, obviously, because that's an 885, 887, you know. Yeah, those are not the best armor rolls. Like, this is probably my best one by far, those two right there. Okay, and so there are sticky bomb mods being sold at DZ West 53rd as of right now. They are 4% sticky bomb damage mods. That's the absolute max you can possibly have. Today is Sunday, the 27th of August, so that's for this week's vendor reset, just so that y'all know. Anyhow, if you're looking for a 6% sticky bomb explosion radius mod, because maybe, I don't know, the explosion radius for your sticky bomb is not large enough for you, you can't catch people in time when they're running, then there is a sticky bomb explosion radius mod for 6% at DZ West 34th that you can go pick up. So that's really nice to have, it's really useful. And then if you're looking for a good electronics mod, there's a 251 electronics with 3,319 skill power at DZ West 31st. Okay, so I would definitely recommend going to check out those mods. This build actually does require a hell of a lot more skill than it used to in 1.3. People who go, oh, sticky bombs do not require skill, have obviously not tried to hit a moving target with a small radius. I mean, sure, it was much easier in 1.3. Even I will admit that. I was a sticky bomber back then. Skill builds have always been my preference. But I think there's one thing we can definitely agree on. Seeker mining does not take skills. Literally, that was a pretty much, you know, a seeking sticky bomb. Like, I don't know, dude. It was just absolutely ridiculous during that Seeker mine meta. The airburst. The airburst was ridiculous. I'm so glad they fixed that in 1.7. So with this build, you are going to have to aim either ahead of or behind your target in whatever direction you believe they're going to move next. So you do have to predict your target's moves in order to hit them. And you have to make sure the center of the sticky bomb is as close to your target as possible in order to get the most damage out of this. So you can kind of see more and more how it does take skill to use a sticky bomb. Like, I'm not vouching for every last person in the world on this, but if you're not good at picking your shots out and hitting a moving target, you can definitely go get those sticky bomb explosion radius mods. You will have lower base damage on your sticky bomb, but at least you'll be able to hit your target more often. And maybe start reducing that week by week, so that you can possibly get a little bit better on your accuracy to take out those multi-groups. Again, please just don't be a dick in the dark zone and just use a skill build, because that's the only thing you really want to do. I mean, this build is truly just to take out multi-groups. That's my personal preference. I am trying to help you guys who get multi-grouped out there. I know that happens every day. Okay, so I am going to attach clips to this video. I appreciate y'all for tagging along for so long now. And here we go. Okay, you guys, thank you for watching the video fully, like, in the entire way through. I really, really do appreciate that, honestly. You have no idea how much that means to me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, so pretty much like, and subscribe. That really does mean the world to me. It does support my channel. It means a hell of a lot to me. Y'all have no idea. Just thank you guys. I really do appreciate y'all's support. See y'all later.